All right. Hang on. There we go.
I'm like, I don't know if he's here. I'm just going to be really quiet. Because last time I got in trouble for saying something before you hit recording. And
well, you can't bring the bunny until we have it for posterity. Can't have the funny without the money.
Without the bunny.
Or the bunny. The money bunny is funny, honey.
Because he's very punny.
That's...
but only when it's sunny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I hear you wasted tunny. Too much? I took it too far, didn't I? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I feel like are you having dust issues with your mic? Is that what you're having?
No, it's got a touch sensitive volume. Because I'm also like listening through my microphone.
Yeah, sure.
And so the volume on the microphone is touch sensitive. You can switch it back and forth between the mic level and the volume.
Are you just playing with it like you play with like a loose tooth? Like,
yeah. I want to make it louder. No, I want to make it softer. No,
does it hurt still? Oh, yeah, it still hurts.
You can't like keep your tongue from going.
Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. I can't do
it. This hurts so much. Why do I keep doing it?
Right there. I know. Yeah.
It's a weird self-destructive thing that I'm sure psychologists have studied.
Yeah, I'm sure there's good grant money in that.
Yeah.
How's your week been? It's still Wednesday, right? We're doing this on Wednesday,
and like, yeah. This currently it's Wednesday. Yeah. For the last couple of weeks, and maybe it's because I've been going into the parks on Mondays to like take photos and stuff, but that screws up my whole week. Like when I come back, Monday feels like something I would do on a Friday. And therefore, the next day when there's work and whatnot, it comes as a rather unpleasant surprise.
What? I'm supposed to do
wait a minute. I don't work on Saturday. But yeah. So it's, and I don't know, maybe it's getting on close to that half a century mark, but I just can't find myself adapting to it very well.
A whole bunch of people are feeling real sorry for you right now.
I'm sure they are. Yeah,
they're like, I know, so hard.
Yeah,
going to Disney on a Monday. I know. They're right.
Man, they're right. Speaking of going to Disney,
it's a problem you want to have.
No kidding. This Monday, in fact, Disney World threw a giant wrench into my plans because I was going to go in and take pictures of all the cool...
Were you in Toy Story Land or something?
Yeah. No, but I was going to take pictures of all the cool... well, not all of them because they're not all up yet, but the cool Christmas decorations. And I was going to go after work because, hey, I got an hour after work until golden hour starts. Because it starts around 6:07 these days. That's
different than the Golden Girls for those who are confused.
Yeah, that's 2 episodes of Golden Girls back to back on the USA Network. That's a different golden.
That's
hour.
A golden hour.
It is the golden girl hour, or the golden glower. So, but we went and I parked in the regular parking that you're supposed to do if you're not being dishonest about things. And we go to the monorail station, and we had the discussion, ferry,
at the TTC.
Monorail, at the TTC, the Transportation Ticket Center to you and me, Russ. And we had the ferry or monorail discussion, and we figured monorail would be faster since we're racing against the sun going down. That might be faster. So we go up there.
You can get some nice pictures from the ferry.
Yeah, you really can, and that's good. But see, the thing I'm trying to do with these trips is to have a specific goal, and I'm focused on that goal of getting this particular subject. So you won't do
anything else other than...
Well, it's not that I won't grab targets of opportunity, but see, already that would be compromising my original goal.
That's just so Marcus.
By taking the ferry, because there might be some targets of opportunity on the ferry, but it's also going to be a longer trip. And so that's compromising my primary objective here.
Right. You don't want to say, oh, I'm going to, you know what, let's take the ferry because there's going to be this beautiful sunset behind the Grand Floridian. Let's not worry about that. We won't worry about being able to get this gorgeous shot of the Contemporary with the sunset. Anyway,
correct.
We're going to go faster around the Seven Seas Lagoon because my main target is to get into the park and do these sunset
take these shots before the sun gets so low it's stupid.
Right. And so what time do you remember what time you were making this decision?
We got there about 5:30, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, plenty of time.
So, but yeah, you have to go in, set up, check things out.
Where were you going to set? Okay, where were you trying to get a picture of?
I was mainly going to start in Town Square and go down Main Street because that's really the only places where the decorations are in full.
Oh, because you were getting sun. You had two constraints. You had not only do I need to get the Christmas decorations, but I need to get them at sunset.
Right, at gold, because it's more interesting. The light's more interesting than if you're getting it at like
except Main Street's like
3.
Main Street becomes like a shadowed tunnel.
That's true, and I was gonna and maybe that's it was good that it ended up screwing up.
Well, the sort of town hall area, the square there, Town Square, whatever they call it. What is that called? Why am I?
I think it's Town Square, yeah.
Town Square, yeah. That area is gorgeous during sunset.
Right. And gorgeous. That was my main goal. Down Main Street, it's okay. Right. The Town Square area with the big tree and the
beautiful,
the various stuff. Yeah, very cool. Problem was, we went up to the monorail station. And we're like, here comes monorail. Awesome. Get up here. The gates open. The doors to the monorail open. The other door is open and all the people get out so we can get on. We got on. Doors closed. The door closed. Monorail does not do anything.
Yeah.
It stays right there and stares at us for a while. And then the door opens again. And a guy says, sorry, guys. This monorail's going to go out of service now. We're going to need you to get out now, please. And so we're like, crap. So we get out and we go out and we stop and
then you're wondering, do I wait for the next one or do we go down now to the fair?
Right, it becomes deal or no deal, right? I mean, it's about do you cut your losses and go, or do you bank on the next one taking you in faster?
I know this
and
situation.
The thing is, there's one in the holding pattern just right outside the thing. So we're like, well, there it is, right there. So it's no problem. We'll get that one.
I can see Russia from here.
Right, exactly. So monorail gold leaves. Monorail
golden.
I don't know what that was. It's that weird blue, the one that's green that has the blue chevron in the middle.
Is it like turquoise or something? Or is it
it's
teal?
Teal?
Monorail,
it's kind of a teal. I guess it's a teal.
I think they call it Monorail teal.
I think it's a bit more of an aquamarine. Or maybe more of a spearmint marine. It's more of a mint.
I definitely not have a spearmint. I've never been on where they say, welcome to Monorail Spearmint.
I'm describing the color. I don't know what the monorail is actually called.
It's teal.
And it doesn't have the name in it like Monorail Gold does. So anyway, Monorail Ugly shows up, opens the door, and then doesn't even open the gate for us. And then it goes, ha, and shuts the door. And the people say, this one's going out of service. And that one goes.
So the second one out of service?
And there's a third one out there waiting on us.
Yeah.
That one comes up, and it doesn't even do anything. It's just like, never mind, bye, and it leaves too. 3 monorails in a row.
Over what period of time?
It was about 6:15, I guess, we actually got to the park, and it was stupid at that point. The sun was low enough, and it was like, So I had to change plans, and I went and shot some stuff in Pirates of the Caribbean. But
your alternative plan from sunset Christmas decorations in Town Square and Main Street. Your alternate plan was Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, because it was also an awful lot of people in there, and like shots I was going to get were going to be up to their eyeballs, and the Wilkinson family trip shirts and stuff. So I was like, this is way too crowded anyway. So I'm just going to get
dude,
some
you
ride
need
shots
to.
or something.
I think you need to invest in a telephoto. That sounds like.
I think. Well, yeah. But also, what I need to do is maybe pick a day that's better than Monday to go. Maybe it's a little better on a Tuesday.
This time of year, it's gonna. The crowd levels right now are kind
really.
of. This is as good as it's gonna get. I think from a crowd level
It could
standpoint.
be. You could be right. But,
Yeah. Sunset's tough.
I just need to
and it's
start
going to
yelling
get
at
tougher
people.
because it's going to get earlier next week. So
Yeah, see, that's the problem, right? Is that I won't really be able to go after work after this if I want to get anything other than nighttime shots, which is not bad. And I got a few really cool ones.
you could do.
On this
You
trip.
could look. You could go do some rope drop like early morning stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Yeah,
I mean,
because that's honestly the best time to be in the park is early morning rather than afternoon.
And the sun,
morning
it's just
golden hour is better.
Sun's good too.
Yeah, I like the sun.
Morning sun's good too. So.
I've been a big fan.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like I don't know. I'm feeling a little Schadenfreude, and I feel bad about that.
Well, you should. I'm having some Schadenfreude about you feeling guilty about your Schadenfreude.
Because I think I think I've been there so much, and it's just so frustrating. You're like, oh my, I just want to do this thing.
Right. That was the thing. It was like. It was like it knew I wanted to get in there. Whatever it is, the monorail system maybe as a whole, knew that I was kind of wanting to get there quickly. And it was like, not today,
God,
buddy.
I would have paid good money. I would have paid such good money to just watch this happening. Just to see. Like, you're so non-reactive usually. You're just so like, yeah. It's fine. I can't imagine you just being like,
or anything, but yeah.
I can't imagine you being just fine about this.
Of course. And I was glad that we didn't have like some kind of a reservation we were trying to get in there for. That would have sucked. But we did have a reservation. We ate at what's it called? The Liberty Tree Tavern.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, we've been talking a lot about eating there again, but it's an expensive price fix menu for basically Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
but you ain't leaving there hungry. I'll tell you that.
No, but it's a lot. I'm trying to avoid meat. You know, what did Emily eat?
They have a vegan thing.
Yeah, how was that?
She seemed to be okay with it.
What was it?
I'm trying to remember now.
Salad.
There's an impossible something or other that happens.
I don't want that.
She actually ate it, which I was surprised because she's not really into the beefy taste.
Yeah, right.
Because she has reactions to beef, right? This isn't like it's not an ideological thing.
No.
Like even when she's
Not that there's
backing
anything wrong
off
with
of the
that.
vegan thing and eating meat, she's not eating beef because there's a specific like sort of, I don't know if it's an allergy or what, but you should just beef does not
I think
agree.
it's the tick thing.
It's the what thing?
I think it's the tick thing.
The tick thing?
Yeah, there's that tick. Like people live in the South, which you guys have. I forget what it's called, but there was an episode. I learned all about this on Radiolab podcast, which is fantastic.
So
and
best source of information about the South.
Dude, I'm telling you, this you don't understand. I'm gonna find it. We're gonna put it in the show notes because there's basically this tick-borne. It sounds gonna sound crazy, but there's a tick-borne allergy. It's like basically this allergy that comes that people have gotten that developed from this tick bite in the South that causes their body to become like hyper allergic to meat, red meat in particular, and it's a thing. It's like people who've been eating meat all their life, and then all of a sudden they become like violently ill from it.
That's interesting.
It's just because it blocks some enzyme or something. It's
you
like
can catch an allergy. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think the allergy is a symptom of the thing that you get. I think that whatever that you get is like it destroys this enzyme or whatever. Look. As per usual,
I'm not a tick doctor here.
I don't have enough information to fully explain it. I just know that it exists, and I will point everyone in the right direction. I'm like, you know what the perfect job for me would be, Marcus? Maybe this is what I should know. It's like, no, you know what the perfect job? How am I? I'm 48 years old, and I just realized what the perfect job is for me. I don't know. I mean, this is striking me like a bolt out of the blue kind of thing. Like,
Anybody at home want to guess before he says?
Yeah. I'll give you a second. Okay. Go ahead. Lock your answers in now. You ready? Write it. Everybody should write it down.
Final answer?
Here we go.
All right.
Librarian.
Oh, yeah?
I like it. Look, because I like to. I know where the stuff is. I know where the information is. Like I know where to find it. I like to read. Last night I had trouble falling asleep. You know what? You know what I read about for an hour?
What did you read about for an hour?
The fall of the Byzantine Empire.
Well, it's about time you started learning.
It's very interesting and go in both directions. I didn't realize like how long technically the Roman Empire persisted, even though it wasn't really known as a. Anyway, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, it became the Byzantines. Yeah, they got smaller and smaller.
But I won't remember enough detail, like to actually be helpful, right? I'll remember enough detail to say this is where you'll find that. I can tell you exactly where to go, what book to look at, yada yada.
You get your Library of Congress down.
Also, they keep it quiet.
That's true.
I am about.
That's very true.
I freak the heck out anytime there's some unexpected noise. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And in a library, I would just be like that. Shh, that lady, like shh, stop, shh. Oh, and you get paid to shush people.
That's true. That's
I mean,
true. Paid
the stress
to shush
levels,
people and sort of not overtly lord your referential superiority over people, but certainly you can wield it ostensibly for the forces of good, but with a little bit of tude in there.
Oh yeah. You can be very helpful and but also very not helpful.
Yeah.
Like,
if you've had to shush somebody like 3 times,
and then they come asking you for help,
right? You might send them over to find.
I'm sending them to.
You send them to the Library of Congress reference number for silence, just as a passive aggressive thing.
I just think I'm feeling like I gotta reevaluate my decisions in my life. This is going to shake things up a little bit.
Well, at least you got there, right? Some people never.
Although
do
people still read books, like really, like real books?
I've got a good metric ton of books.
Maybe I could be a virtual librarian.
Oh, a Verlib.
Yeah, like I'm on Zoom all day anyway. What if people just drop in and they're like, "Hey, Jason,"
and you go,
"I've been trying to find." It's like,
mute.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. They're like, and the people, like, folks who are listening, our friends are saying, it's like they have this, Jason. It's called Google.
Yeah.
But everyone
Jason
knows,
already does this on Zoom.
I know there's people, right? Look how good I am at it. This is like a job interview.
Yeah.
Who wants to hire me? I'll be your librarian. I'm relatively inexpensive.
I don't know whose relative you're talking about there. But.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, I got to write this down so I don't forget, though. Oh my gosh! Oh, by the way, so I ran out of my sticky pads, sticky notes.
Oh man, I'm getting low on mine too. Yeah.
Well, no, they're up there.
Oh,
they're up
too
in the
far
closet.
Away.
It's just what I realize is every time I think about needing them, I'm tethered.
You're somewhere where,
and I can't reach that far because I'm in a meeting, and so now instead. What I've done is I begin to like segment like a paper towel.
Paper towel?
Yes, into quadrants. I'm like planning it's like a battle being planned here in different squares. I've drawn squares around things. And I kind of, with the sad thing is I know exactly what this means. Like, I kid you not.
Sad. That's,
well, like here's a list of things, right? There's a whole bunch of list of things with people's names, and then like a little number or like like an X with a number next to it. Almost looks like I'm doing like people algebra or something. And so the lines read, like Megan times 2 times 3, Kelly, Butch times 2 times 3, hot tub. I know exactly what all that means. They're not related. But this is my system, is paper towel. And I have barely used the back side of it.
Now these
I'm going to get a
coworkers,
good.
is this potentially a problem
this
that
is
you
from-
put them in the hot tub?
Oh no! Hot tub.
Is
hot
HR
tub,
going to be like,
hot-
sir?
No.
Do we
Hot
need to
tub
go
is
over this
squarely-
again?
Hot tub is no. Hot tub is for for our little as a note. It's like a pin. It's like it's the paper
an
towel
analog pin.
It's an analog pin. Exactly.
And then you converted it to digital later. Converted it.
Yeah. I've converted it.
Once I start, I can't stop. Converted it.
How's your week? But your week's been okay.
Well,
Other than
you know,
Monday. Monday was tough.
Monday kind of was frustrating, but not too bad. I got some stuff out of it, and but other than that, yeah, the week's been pretty good. It's been pretty kind of low key at the work, and did a 80s trivia over here at the Crooked Can. Last night, yeah.
Okay.
And
how was that? Last night, Tuesday night. You're not
Tuesday
supposed to
night
do things
trivia.
on Tuesday nights.
That's what I thought, but apparently
you're
I'm able to
preoccupied.
do it.
No, you're supposed to have a thing.
What thing?
You have a thing. You have a thing you do on Tuesday nights.
Oh, no! I'm taking the fall off.
What the
for
heck?
that.
You didn't tell me that.
Well,
That changes everything.
well.
Good Lord.
You were going to invite me to dinner or something?
No, but we have
Well,
like plan. We have
well,
like
silly me.
we've been looking for extra. There's nothing I'm saying no.
Of course not, you fool.
No, but I mean, I do have this like mental note in my head, like, oh, Tuesday nights, Marcus is doing this thing, and so I can't, we can't do
Yeah,
anything.
and
Tuesday
usually
nights.
I am. Yeah.
Apparently,
but,
you've been living a lie. That's fine.
well, only for a couple of weeks.
Whatever. I can't believe you took it off. That's a big. Wow. You
But
filled
also,
the void
I feel
fast.
really bad because our team got like 12th place. I mean, it was.
What was the trivia? 80s trivia? you said?
80s, yeah.
You needed me.
Yeah, well, clearly. But yeah, there were some that was like, oh, you might actually know this one. One of the ones that I was like, okay, I have no clue, is at the very beginning of Roseanne, the TV show. Where did Roseanne work?
Oh, God, I don't really like her, and I
See,
didn't
I don't
like the
either,
show.
and that's why
I
I
didn't
was
like the
like-
show, even before the political stuff. I didn't
I
like
never
her
liked the
show back
show.
then because everybody's they're just always angry about something,
That was my kind of
and not
problem.
like in a
It's
fun,
just
like on the family angry way. Like
this is just misery for like half an hour.
They
and
didn't
people,
like each other or something. It was like
I know.
they were
I
just
just
mean
yeah.
to each other.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
So that was why I was
So-
like, well, I'm
so
worth nothing.
I feel
on
like
this.
so. Where did she eat? I mean, live. I mean, work. I mean,
I don't even remember now. They said, and
was
I
it
don't
a
even
diner
remember.
or something? Was it?
No, that was the guess was that she ate a
UPS?
or
Was
she
she UP?
worked at a some kind of a sandwich shop or something, which may have
Seems
may have
appropriate.
been the place that she worked like later in the series or
Okay.
whatever. Another one was how many kids did Carla have by the end of the season, the end of the show of
they
Cheers?
asked us. Oh, Cheers. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
No,
I don't
yeah, I
know
didn't know
that
that one
either.
either, and it was eight. And it
I don't
was
think
a
that's
lot.
fair.
But
I don't think
yeah.
that's a fair question because didn't that go into the 90s a little bit or no? Did Cheers?
It may
roll in?
have.
Like, I feel like because anytime once
I
I was
think
in
it was
college,
80s.
then all bets are off for sitcoms. I got it. Unless
Yeah,
you talk
me
about
too.
Melrose Place, 90210, Friends, or Seinfeld.
I watched The Friends and
Those I
the
know
Seinfeld,
inside and out.
but that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, and Frasier. I watched Frasier.
Oh, Frasier. I love Frasier.
I watch it now. I mean, that's
Yeah, me
like
too.
I don't so much go
I get
back
all
to the
excited.
Friends. I don't even really go back to the Seinfeld, but I can watch Frasier anytime.
If I'm in a hotel when I'm traveling, if Frasier's on, oh, I love it. I love it.
That's the original show that made me want a shuffle button on Netflix. So I was like, if I could just set it on Frasier and go, give me one. I don't care which one.
Yeah.
Because when you start choosing, you're like, well, I don't know about that. Well, that
Frasier roulette.
Yeah, and if one would just pop up and start playing, I'd watch it. And you can only start from the beginning so many times before you've seen the first 10 like 8 million times.
Maybe we should make a companion app that would be like it's like spin the wheel of your favorite sitcom, yeah, it wouldn't like tune it in for you, but it would tell you which one to now.
Yeah, it would
select
just be a
out,
whole
right?
bunch of different shows and their episode lists.
All you need,
and then just that's actually not a
There it
bad
is.
idea.
right.
Yeah.
There we go. What's that
Hey.
number? 74. Patent 74. So, get this. Now you're just going to make you a little jealous.
Uh-oh.
several years ago, like 2012 maybe, we took a family trip to Washington State.
Ah, yes.
And we did it's like a tour de force of like all around like Seattle and Olympic National Park and Olympic National Park, Olympic National, Olympia.
You can keep
Olympic.
saying
Olympic.
Olympia
It's Olympic. It is
over and over
Olympic.
again if you'd
Olympic.
like.
There's Olympia, Washington, but it's Olympic National Park. Okay.
Okay. Maybe that's
Anyway,
what it was.
so we did that. We went to Mount St. Helens. We went. We did all the things, and so we spent a few nights in Seattle too.
Yeah. Great
And
place.
the hotel where we had this balcony, and it was like a little balcony. You couldn't like fit the whole family out there, but you could like one of those little standing balconies or something. Anyway.
Sure.
But you could open the doors and like have and see the city skyline, and I could see the what was that? What do they call it? They call it the Space Needle or something.
Yeah.
I think it's the Space Needle,
Yeah,
right?
Space
You
Needle.
can see the Space Needle. Okay, you ready for this? So I'm
Yeah.
sitting on this couch in this hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
The doors open. Michelle and the kids are sound asleep. Right, lights are out. Beautiful night.
This night. Okay.
Yeah, that northwest air, the Pacific Northwest air, right? I can see this. I'm getting chills. I'm literally getting chills thinking about this moment. I can see the Space Needle. Dude, I had Frasier on the TV.
Awesome.
And I'm watching that, and I'm seeing this at the same time. And when you see like the Space Needle scene, in the beginning when they do the little animation thing, I'm like, I don't know that life can get better than this. Really, like I'm just sitting
that's
here.
awesome.
It was. I don't want this to end.
This
Like,
is why we're friends right here.
No, we're talking about Frasier.
Because we're true.
No,
Now
it's
we
like
got to figure out which one of us is Niles. I think we know though.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. Do we though? It's another vote. I think so. So that happened, and that was lovely. It was wonderful. It was a good thing.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I'd like that to happen again. So every time I watch, so now what's nice about that, every time I watch Frasier, and I just hear the jingle, I think of that moment. So it's like it's layered upon itself, like
That's
a show
cool.
that I loved and this place that was amazing.
It enhanced that
event,
and now the event is turning around and enhancing the show back.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. Oh,
That is awesome.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, the community theater I was involved in back in Mississippi actually did a sort of a competitive theater thing.
Competitive theater.
Yeah, where you do a 1 hour, 1 act play, and then it gets adjudicated by judges, and then they choose who gets to go on. And so we won state in Mississippi, and then we won our
You're all
region.
doing the same part, or
Not
like
the
you're
same-
writing your
no,
own thing, or was
play choice and all of that stuff enters into it, right? And there have been times when two people have showed up with the same show, and that's really kind of bad because there's literally no psychologically for I think even the adjudicators, even though they're not supposed to take into account what other people have done when they judge these shows, they're going to subconsciously make that an either or situation, right? Because two shows will go on from the state, and it's not going to be the two that are the same show. That's never ever going to happen. Even though technically it's supposed to be a possibility, that won't ever happen. But anyway, beside the point. And then we won in Southeastern Theater Conference, which took place in Birmingham, I believe, that year.
So you say we? So this is a team of people.
Well, it's a cast and a crew and all
cast.
of that, yeah.
That's what you fancy actors call it.
Well, half of us, yeah. The other half of the crew, and they're just as important. But then we advanced from there to nationals in. And it was in Tacoma, Washington. Oh, okay. So at the Pantages Theater there, and but we got to spend a lot of time in Seattle, and I got to go to the very first Starbucks. I don't know if you.
Oh yeah.
If you
down
did.
there,
like right there
by the market.
Pike Place.
Yep.
Yeah. And
this really it's like, oh, okay, this is it. It's like going.
Yeah,
it's like going to Cheers. It's like going to Cheers in Boston. You're like,
It's
really?
like, okay.
Okay, there it is. That's
I'll
the only thing
have
that's
a
similar
Frappuccino,
is
I guess.
the only thing that's similar is the outside. Yeah. Yep.
And then the science fiction museum is there. It's real close to the
what about
Space
the
Needle.
cheese? Did you see the cheese making place that's there?
I did not.
That's like it's like you wouldn't think that making cheese is so interesting, but it's actually fun. Like, I don't know, cathartic at least a little bit. Like, this is
cathartically making cheese.
Yeah, like you're just watching this cheese making, and maybe cathartic. Like it's like
this is actually making cheese. This isn't a euphemism or something.
No, they're making.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
It's like, it's just meditative. Maybe that's the better word for it. Like
okay.
You're just watching this cheese. The machines like swishing the stuff, and the people are pulling the claw. I don't know what you call it, but like pulling, then they're doing the thing, and they're slicing stuff, and you're like, wow, this is. I could watch this all day. It's like. There probably is a YouTube channel that's like
those
making
taffy pulling
cheese.
machines.
Yeah, something.
Ever seen those? You go to like the Gatlinburg or whatever, and somebody's got one of those taffy pulling machines, and it's and it's so weirdly integrated or something, and then you're just like watching it, and it's like this is amazing.
I need one of those at home. Yeah,
it's like you feel like at any moment it's going to get tangled up and get all screwed up, but it never does.
It doesn't. I wonder how much one of those costs.
I don't know. Yeah, you just make the world's most pulled taffy because you're not really interested in making the taffy.
Oh yeah, I just want.
You have to have the taffy on there because if it's just the arms of the machine going, then I'm sure that's not as exciting. Like, well, I'm watching the ceiling.
It's a good conversation starter.
That's true. What's that thing? Well, let me tell you. One time I was in Seattle.
Oh. Oh.
How did I know you were going to Google this?
Because I had to. It's called taffy pulling.
Well, yes.
And which you knew.
And there's not actually salt water in it. That's just a marketing term.
But there's it says on YouTube, Depot Bay, Oregon saltwater taffy pulling machine. And then there's on YouTube. It's all you can just watch this on YouTube.
Oh, loop you some YouTube. It's kind of a visual version of the
taffy
ASMR.
puller. But what I was interested in they're using math to build the ultimate taffy machine. What I was interested in knowing is how much one of these things would cost. So if I click on the little shopping button,
incredibly expensive because it just seems like 2 motors.
Oh. Well, there's
two. I mean, with gears and stuff, you could probably just do it with one.
There's a truffle maker. There's a candy depositor.
A candy depositor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I know what
there's
you
a
mean.
candy. Oh, for $16,000, I can get you a candy wrapping machine.
I would start wrapping weird stuff, like finding junk around the house to wrap it with a machine.
To wrap it. I'm just going to challenge it now.
It's like it's the reason I don't get a deep fryer because I know that I'm going to try frying all kinds of crazy stuff.
Did you know that a wholesale candy making machine like a lollipop maker is $60,000? Although,
wow,
yeah,
and I wonder how easy it would be to repurpose it.
They want those cotton candy machines. You know those things.
That can't be too expensive.
It's pink,
surely.
but I can get past that. It's only $197. I feel like we got to get that, Marcus.
Yeah.
Well, and we'll keep it at your house.
Oh, of course we will. Because I got room over here for that.
Yeah. Honey, I got to move this thing. I
got to make room for the cotton ridiculously loud, machine. Too. Yeah, when you see them on the videos or whatever, they don't let you hear the noise.
There's one for $715. That's probably cheaper. It's probably quieter.
It probably gives you that high level artisanal cotton candy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is saffron cotton.
Oh, okay, dude. What? We could open a place right in the market right there.
Oh yeah, that would be perfect for something like this.
They have the popcorn place,
weird,
right?
esoteric. Yeah. And
can you imagine the flavors of cotton? Okay. Hold on a second. Where's my paper towel? Okay.
I gotta put it on the idea paper towel.
What flavors would we choose?
I already know what the donut's gonna look like this week.
Dude, what flavors of cotton candy would we go? I mean, because we could have that. We'd have some of the normal ones for the kids, right?
Yeah,
the kids
sure.
want the normal stuff, whatever. I think they all taste the same. It's just sugar, but it's colored differently, right? Like it's not like the pink and the blue taste different.
That's what we would have to like.
But we would have a flavor.
We have to take it that second step, right?
Oh yeah.
Instead of saying, okay, this is blue raspberry, which I can't freaking. I hate the idea that raspberry is blue. In anything, it's always blue. Like raspberries were never blue. Never mind. But the point is that the pink isn't like any flavor, and then the blue is supposedly some kind of raspberry or blueberry or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what's the difference there? Like I want a freaking cappuccino flavor. Mm-hmm. I want something that I can definitely tell it, what this flavor is, and it's got to be that because it comes in the crystals, right? I mean, that's how it starts.
Well, like sugar. I mean, it's like
so. I imagine that you boil it up, you get your sugar goop, and then surely you put some sort of a flavoring in there, and then you spread it out Walter White style until it's dries or solidifies or whatever, and then you smack it into the crystals just like they did on Breaking Bad. Yeah. And then I wonder if meth would make cotton candy.
I don't think but I think you think okay, your way seems complicated.
Well, I mean, I don't see how else you're going to get the flavors to be part of the spun sugar or whatever.
Well,
I mean, you could get the cotton candy and then just like throw like flavor powder on it. But that seems inelegant. You can't be anything liquid, of course, because then the cotton candy breaks down.
Yeah. We have to figure this out.
Yeah,
you're right. It has to be fused with the sugar.
It's got to be, I would think.
Yeah. Okay, but we can do math. We can figure that out. That's not.
The problem's going to come down to math, I think.
Yeah, we can figure that out. It's
the
fine.
Differential equation. No, we got it.
So on the sweet side.
Yes.
Right, on the sweet side, I mean, you got your normal, like classic flavors, like
sure.
Of course, like salted caramel, of course, it's got to be in there. I mean, can you imagine one that actually tastes a little salty, like it's got that sweetness of the caramel,
already crystalline, surely.
Yeah, salted caramel will be in there for sure. Mm-hmm. We could have probably like a butterscotch. I think would work out really well too, like a butterscotch kind of thing. Maybe
I would welcome the challenge of a vanilla, like a really good, nice
artisan
strong
style.
Vanilla.
Yeah, flavor. I like that.
Because you make the vanilla sugar, right? Because you get the vanilla beans and you stick them in the sugar and you let it just kind of sit for a while, and then it becomes vanilla sugar. I bet you turn that stuff into cotton candy. I bet that's good.
What about French toast?
Ooh. A little cinnamon there.
So you get the cinnamon, you get a little like buttery, little allspice. I think that could be really good. So more than like cinnamon toast, where cinnamon toast crunch goes wrong, because that's a fantastic cereal. But where it goes wrong, other than getting soggy too fast, is that
way too fast.
It doesn't have any depth to the flavor. It's just sweet. There's a little salt in there too, but it's mostly just sweet. You need that like buttery, rich kind of a richness.
It's kind of like the bass note of a chord.
You're exactly like that. Yep, exactly.
Not to get too rimmy on everybody, but speaking of the cereal getting too soggy too quick, I read this book. Called Cryptonomicon, and it was a sort of a science fiction-y kind of book about codes and stuff. But one of the things that has stuck with me about this book is that this guy is an extremely big cereal fanatic, the protagonist of the book, and he loves Captain Crunch. And he talks about how if he had the extra time, he would invent a spoon where you had the bowl of dry cereal, you would scoop it up with the spoon, and as you were coming up to your mouth, you would hit a little button, and it would inject a little milk into the bowl of the spoon as you were coming, so you're getting like your cereal is at the height of its crunch, but it's still in the milk. That would be like, dude, that would be perfect. That's exactly what I want. That's because weird, like the first like 3 bites of cereal are always perfect, and then it becomes sog crazy after that. Sog crazy.
No one wants that.
Nobody wants the sog crazy, man.
But what savory flavors could you? I mean, you need something that with an umami flavor to it.
Yeah,
that's going to be interesting.
Heck, you could do because you got those umami crystals or whatever. I bet you just
you got to be careful.
Turn that straight into
MSG. It's like you got to be careful. With that. It's like,
but it's in cotton candy form, so I mean, it's like
it wouldn't take
even
a
big old like gob of it is probably not a whole lot.
But I'm thinking like on the Japanese side of things, like a
this seems like something
fish flavoring,
Japanese,
like a seaweed.
The Japanese would be into is making this kind of crazy cotton candy.
But we do it because we're Americans and we're crazy and we take it
we're
to
pioneers.
Japan.
Right.
Yeah, I love this.
They'll eat it up, literally.
No pun intended. I think
this is not a bad idea.
Someone should do this and feed us.
Wow, we've got the app, the television show randomizing app.
Yes, right.
And then artisanal sweet and savory cotton candy.
Right. I've so moved beyond the taffy making.
Yeah, you caught the glimpse of the cotton candy machine, and the price point.
It's really good.
Where it was like
it's one of those things where it's not cheap, but at the same time, like you and I could go in together and buy one of these, of course, keeping it at your house, and we would be able, and like we wouldn't, like our wives wouldn't say, not wives, my wife wouldn't say, your harem wouldn't say, what did you do? Why did you do this? How could you go out and spend this money on this thing?
I think that it wouldn't be based on money. But I'm not entirely sure they wouldn't say, "What the heck are you doing?"
At this, would they though?
I mean, I don't think they would. Maybe it would be more of a, well, that figures kind of thing. It would definitely be remarked upon. Nobody would be like, "Oh, a cotton candy machine." Okay.
Yeah.
It would be like, oh, jeez.
Think about it. We throw the garage door open. You throw your garage door open because, of course, we're at your house. We throw the garage door open, and some people like have the grill out and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't. We have the cotton candy, and you know what?
But it still smells like a grill because of the weird flavors we're doing.
And we'd have
smoked meat flavored cotton candy.
Yes, ribs, lamb chops. I love it. And
gefilte fish.
Can you imagine if it's not just lamb chops, but you can make it like look like fire, like the.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, and the things that you use.
Ooh, it's spicy.
The cones, that you use to to wrap. We can make them reusable.
Yeah.
So people get a
chicken
discount
wing down in there,
and people get a discount if they come back.
That's right. Hey, we're environmentally conscious.
You could fill the funnel. You could fill the thing with like a beverage of some sort.
Oh.
I mean, when they're finished eating, they can have a little drink.
Yeah. I was thinking chicken wing, but yeah.
Well, chicken. I mean,
you can throw a chicken wing in there, depending on the flavor. I mean, it's
weird.
If
Would
you
like
chocolate,
a chicken wing?
Want a chicken wing
like a chicken wing with your blue raspberry.
Oh no, they don't get a choice. It comes with a chicken wing.
It's like Papa John's. It's like Papa John's coming with the pepperoncini or whatever that thing is called.
Yeah.
And you can't ask for it to not be in it. It just comes with it.
No,
it has to be in there.
That's part of that's the nature.
Even though most people
throw
it away, it has to be in there.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But we're contractually obligated to include a chicken wing with every.
Yeah, that's great. It's not a real chicken wing, so we're not animals.
Right. It's an impossible chicken wing.
It's like a Morningstar. Yeah, it's like a tofu wing. Those are pretty good, by the way.
It's like a Morningstar.
Have you ever had Morningstar buffalo wings?
Oh, I don't know of this. I
really
was thinking
good.
of the medieval weapon.
No, Morningstar buffalo wings are delicious.
Okay.
Really, they're really good. I'm not just saying that. I think they're actually. I may prefer them over regular chicken. Yeah, because they're not as messy. They're spicy. They taste like chicken-ish.
Where does one get a Morningstar wing?
Publix.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's a grocery store type thing. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Check them out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, so there's that.
So yeah.
And wow, all of a sudden I'm so excited about things we won't do.
So many that's what we said about Starch Madness.
That's true.
That was
Look
kind
what
of
happened to that.
my thing, though.
That was he? I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mentioned it. I think we talked about it, and then you're like, yeah, we're gonna have to do this.
Well,
because people started asking about it.
Yeah,
right?
see, that was the problem. We started getting pressure.
So guys,
from,
you
from
have
outside.
to ask about the well, any of these things really, but especially you should ask about the cotton candy.
Yeah. We have to come up with a cool name for it.
Okay, I'm going to rant for a second.
Please do. That'll be a healthy change.
Okay, well, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna link these two things together. Okay, we're gonna talk about clothing for a second.
Oh, okay, clothing. Wow.
Yeah, because these things happened. They were within 3 hours. I think that I thought of these two things.
These things you have sent me pins about already.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on Sunday. So the first thing the first thing I don't understand is why. And this was happening as I was putting shorts on that fit fine.
Uh-huh.
They fit fine. But, like shorts when you're wearing, like even the shorts I'm wearing right now, they fit fine. But when you sit, I think this happens even with thin people. I don't really understand thin people. But but when you sit, I think if you're a thin person, when you sit and you're wearing pants, do you feel any tightness at all? Or is it just like you were standing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, is there any...
I was thin at one point in my life, and I don't remember.
Yeah, like, do you... It's not like I'm uncomfortable. I'm just saying, like...
No, but it's right in your...
There's definitely that spot where your organs all now get smushed together.
Right in your bikini line there.
Sure. And
yeah, I don't know. And it seems also like the bottoms of the shorts ride up a lot.
Yes.
Lot.
Well, that happens. That's a thing, right? I mean, shorts. Oh, well, okay. This is. I'm adding on a little piece that I wasn't going to talk about, but like, why? Like, I don't understand. What do you want to call it? Crotch wrinkle. That's the only way I can describe it. Crotch lines. I don't know what people. Was there a technical term for it? Like
crotch wrinkle, I think, is the technical term for that.
It's not just me, right? Like what's
no,
with that?
I got you.
Like,
no,
I don't
exactly
understand. You put on a pair of khakis, or you're like, I'm going to get crotch. Well, unless you're, if it's cotton, right? If it's cotton, you're going to get crotch. If you're wearing some kind of like polyester blend or something, you're probably fine, right? But like cotton, wool, and like linen. Oh my God, God help you if you're linen. You can't even. You should take the subway.
Linen. I love
you're wearing linen, and the problem is you can't
Jesus.
like. The only time you can wear linen and not have it wrinkle is if you literally had it pressed and you put it on at the beach and you didn't get into a vehicle.
You had a team of people put it on you. Because like if you put it on yourself, just some of the movements you have to make are going to wrinkle the crap out of it.
Yeah, you can't sit in a vehicle.
You have to have like dressers.
That drives me crazy too. You're going to go out to dinner or something, anything you're wearing, like, it's nice and looks nice and pressed. And then you sit in the car. As soon as you sit in the car, wrinkle.
Especially like put the seatbelt on and now you got weird wrinkles like diagonally across.
People spend all this time like pressing and showing this thing, and like you can't sit down now.
But it's kind of a fun social contract that everybody gets that. And so when you show up and you look like you slept underneath your mattress, then everybody's like, linen, huh? Yeah, we get it.
But even normal clothes, that's what I'm saying. Like, anyway, but like, so I don't get that. Why can't we create something by now that either that or we just agree that we don't have to worry about it, and like, let's just make it bedazzled or something and accept it and celebrate it.
Yeah, I'm for that. But I like the concept. I think we should talk a little more about the concept of the socially acceptable wrinkle versus the socially not acceptable wrinkle. Like the wrinkles from wearing the clothes, like you're talking about, the sitting in the car and even like having the backpack on or being in the plane or whatever. Because I come out of like the plane looking like
Oh, yeah,
I've, been through the ringer. But but if you have a shirt on that still has those square wrinkles, like you just took it out of the package, now those wrinkles, no good.
Well, also, and I think we've talked about that. Like Harrison Ford did that in one of the movies, and he had like boxed shirts, right? He pulls it out and like, dude, that's gonna be so wrinkled.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it's not
in a
wrinkled.
way that people are that makes it make you look worse than other types of wrinkles. It could be even worse wrinkled.
Right, not ironed at all.
Right.
Wash and wear.
That's that's another one. The obvious this came out of the dryer wrinkles are also bad.
Well, no, okay, wait. Did it sit in the dryer for a long time, or is it just like because there's that cotton, like you have a cotton shirt, right? That goes into the washer and goes into the dryer, and you pull it out, and it doesn't have any creases. There's no like crease wrinkles, right? It's just got that.
There's a topology to it.
Yeah, it's like earthy. Yeah, yes, and but you can't wear it like that.
A 70s ceiling.
You can't wear it like that because then you clearly put no effort into it. But if everybody did, it's fine. This is what I'm saying.
If we would all just decide it was okay, then yeah.
It's like that woman, I forget the actress who was accepting an Academy. This actually happened. You may remember. She was accepting an Academy Award for either like best female in a leading role or a supporting role, and she says before she starts her speech, she said, "Let me just say one thing." She's like, "Ladies, if you sit down, we all can sit down." And I thought, and it took me like 5 minutes to figure out what she was talking about. And she meant like in the bathroom, because like if to try to do the squat thing, you're making a mess probably. And now we can't sit down because no one wants to sit in that. So I totally got it. I was like, oh, yeah, that totally makes sense. Anyway, what I'm saying is like if everybody accepts a shirt that's like comes out of the dryer, then we just freed up so much time and money.
Yeah.
Just be okay with it.
I think that's what's keeping us from exploring space. Like we would be so far.
Well, you never know. For the loss
so
of the
much more advanced as a species if we would
well, okay, but how much more? Okay, how much time do you think? I'm gonna use this in a negative way. How much time do you think is lost to ironing, like across humanity?
In any
given day, say. Like how many people? Even let's say the United States.
Man hours, as they call
we have
them,
what 300 million people who live in the U.S. ish, right?
Something like that, yeah.
And how many people? What percentage of people iron their clothes? Say 10%. Is that a fair estimate?
That's fair. I think it's a little pessimistic, but I think it's. I think that's about right. Yeah.
Well, sometimes kids aren't ironing their own clothes, and
true.
A lot of prisoners who are. But let's say
they're ironing. I guess not necessarily their clothes.
I mean, so that would mean what? 30 million people, and let's not even say that. Let's actually be really conservative. Let's just say it's 15 million people in the U.S.
15 million. Okay.
Who are ironing, and in any given day, obviously people aren't ironing every day. Some people are, but people who say
if you have a job that needs you to iron your shirt, you're probably ironing every morning, weekday.
Or well, if you do it once a week, you just load it up for the week.
But it's still that would average out though, right? I mean, because you're still ironing 5 shirts takes the same amount of time.
So how much time does it take? Because it takes like 6 hours to iron a shirt.
Yeah, I end up getting very stickler about it, so I'll make sure that like this top shoulder part is nicely ironed, and it's. I would have to say I probably take realistically about 10 to 12 minutes.
Good Lord, I know, right? It's crazy,
and let's
say
it's stupid.
Let's say it's 10 minutes. So let's say just once a week. People are ironing one shirt
for
10 minutes, right? That's 15 million times
150 million minutes.
10, right? But that's okay. That's 150 million. But then we have to then divide that by 60,
right?
Because we want to figure
Alexa,
out. No,
How many hours is 150 million minutes?
Man.
150
It's 2 million.
minutes is
2 million.
2.5 million hours.
Yeah.
2.5 million hours.
Right. So I had that figured out in my abacus. So it's
I didn't hear
2.5
the beads slapping.
So we've like just assuming that like 5% of the American population is ironing one shirt per week, and like if that's 10 minutes, like that's 2,500,000 hours of time going to ironing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if we collectively could spend 2,500,000 hours on something else,
It's freeing it up in the budget.
that's
Where
what
can
I'm
we spend it?
saying. The productivity, so you want to go to space? Well, you just found 2,500,000 hours to work on that.
Yeah. And some of the people ironing are the people working on the spaceships. Because they're those engineers, with the short sleeves. Maybe they don't. Maybe it's 8 minutes for them.
It's 104,000 days.
That's a lot of days.
That's lives. That's like,
And that's in a day. It's in a single day.
That's 104,000 days per year. I mean, come on, stop the ironing.
We got to just quit, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
If not
it's
now,
all for appearance.
when?
There's actually no tangible there's no benefit. It's not helping you dribble faster. It's not helping you solve the problem. It's just eating up your time.
Big deal, you have flat fabric.
Right. And guess what? You're going to get crotch wrinkle in 2 minutes after
will
you get
put
into
it
the
on,
car.
it will be flat. And again, the act
We
of
didn't
putting
even
it
iron
on
the
wrinkles
pants.
it.
Right.
It's like one of the things that we talk about in the data here that I work with in my day job is that people will want the spatial data in a thing that they can have like a PDF and take it off somewhere. And I keep trying to tell them, you've got live connections to the data through our portal here that's always updated. As soon as I make this file and send it to you, it is immediately out of date. Immediately. And so it's like that. It's like as soon as you finish ironing the shirt, picking it up and putting it on immediately wrinkles it.
Yeah.
It's like it's
entropy.
It's over. It's over.
Yeah.
The fantasy of parallel fabric is now over almost as soon as it began.
Yes.
And it's ridiculous.
Amen. And amen. But that's not actually what I wanted to talk about.
I had a feeling.
I mean, I feel like we should get a Nobel Prize for that. I'm not sure whether it should be in economics or peace, but I feel like
I'm with peace and with astrophysics because I honestly believe that money would be, or that time, because time is money.
Go to space.
To get us into space. Like,
Yes.
stop sending these billionaires up. And it's just, we have all of us.
Well, you
all
need
of us. Let's go.
you need one billionaire to pay the way for the rest. It's like,
if he can just, if we can get one billionaire to stop ironing, maybe
That's
that
not gonna
will.
I don't think that's going to do
they'll
it.
throw, and it can't be like a weird billionaire like Elon Musk. It has to be
not-
like a pretty straight-laced billionaire, like, I don't know, one of the Koch brothers or whatever. And then we can get everybody. One of them's dead, isn't he? Oh well.
I don't know.
But yeah, we gotta get that going.
I'm not going to touch that. But what I
Catholic?
didn't understand, what I also don't understand is why aren't all pants built with like the elastic waistband thing? Like the
Oh yeah.
not like necessarily stretchy pants, but like the kind that they have a little special pocket that like this
Like
that
tuxedo
slides into.
pants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only
Well,
instead
wow.
of the clip, it's just elastic and it moves
Right.
when it needs to.
I think I have a pair of shorts somewhere. Like it's not like a feat of engineering. It's just a little like extra like, and I think there's like an elastic piece inside probably that makes it come back. Like it's like, but as you put it on, it's like it'll stretch if needed, but it'll cinch as needed, and it's just comfortable. Like, why don't they make all pants like that. It doesn't look any different.
Yeah, no kidding.
You're going to put a belt on anyway, probably, unless you're
and
wearing
it makes
suspenders
them more
more.
versatile, right?
Yes.
Because I'm at I had, speaking of this and linen, I wanted some linen shorts because I mean, now is kind of the stupid time to buy them. But I finally was like, I just need some shorts because I don't usually wear shorts. And it's because of that, right? Because none of the shorts that I have are I don't
like shorts right now?
Decent, like, some kind of linen because I like the feel of linen, right? So I guess I ordered one pair from this company on the line, and because I didn't know if they were going to fit right. I was going to tell them the 36 and it's whatever, and the length is, and but I had to order just one because if I tried to order 3, and turns out they were talking about 36 centimeters, then. Right. Now I got 3 of these things that I got to figure out either how to return or I have to just go, oh, well, and then throw them away or something. So yeah, if you had the elastic thing, then it can be like 36-ish, right? It could cover. Yes. Between 35 and 37, maybe even 34 and 38.
You usually wear a 38, but these are 37 or 36. Even if they're 36, like, don't worry, we've got you. We got you.
Right, because that's the thing, right? Is like, is a 36 at whatever the Gap? Is that the same as the 36 at American Eagle? You don't know. They're not gonna be. They never are because
and if it's Banana Republic, it's going to be 4 inches less.
Yeah. Yeah,
because they want to make you feel fat,
which sucks, which is stupid because they got the what they call the vanity sizing, right? Where they like, oh, it's 36, but we're going to call it 34 so that you'll feel slim when you're wearing our stuff. It's like, okay, maybe this is just a data scientist in me, but like, give me the stinking measurement. Is it 36? Is it 38? What is it? I have a ruler here that I can use to measure me, and you should, when I ask for the 36 pants, you should be sending me the 36 pants.
But you should be sending me one that stretches a little bit.
And if I run
and cinches a little bit,
my ruler on your pants, it should come out to 36.
They have a device when you're doing measurements, like we're doing like you're trying to get precision measurements. Mm-hmm. There's a little device. It's like a little stretchy thing. They call it. Is it a Gulak or Scully? Anyway, it goes on the end of the tape measure, and basically, so when you say you're like measuring your arm circumference or something, you measure it, but because like you can tug on it, but you can put tension on those and not get a precise measurement. So you put this little device on, so when you're pulling on it, it pulls on that little spring, not on the actual tape measure part, the tape part. And so it doesn't, so you get a more accurate measurement that way. That way, if different people are measuring and they use different tension when they're measuring, you still get the same, you get the same result.
I didn't know about that. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's the thing. But anyway, So there's that. I think that should just be a thing. That should just be. Look, when we win the award for the Nobel Peace Prize in Physics, we will use our proceeds from that to, I think we will create a campaign in the fabric industry, or maybe we'll just go directly to Congress. And we will lobby the heck out of them.
Well, that's the thing, right? You can't.
We'll just send them all pants. We'll send them all stretchy pants. You spend money to make money, right? So you get the Nobel Peace Prize in Physics, and then we take that money to do this thing with the measurements, and we get the Nobel Peace Prize in textiles. At that point, that doesn't.
And then that's even more.
We use our Nobel Peace Prize in Physics money to make a Nobel Prize in textiles.
Right. Well, there's no Nobel Peace Prize in Physics either. That's. No,
we're getting both though. That's the remember.
That's two.
We're getting We're getting
Oh,
both.
okay. So that's
It's never
it's a
been
double
done.
whammy. It's now is it,
Yeah.
it's not 2 for 1. That's a little cheap, right? So do they get a bulk discount if they give you two?
I don't care. I just
Nobel
want the
prizes. Are they able to sort of knock off
just wanna-
like 30% since 2 of them are going to the same people?
I don't know.
I think they do.
I
I
think-
think they get a bulk
Well,
discount.
then it's a win-win.
It is.
it's
It
a
really
win-win,
is. That,
really.
They should give that to us
And
just
that's
for
why we
just
get
the
it.
idea.
That's
Yeah.
why we also get it in economics.
There you go. Perfect.
There
We
it is.
get the
See?
what they call the triple crown.
The trifecta of the Nobel. The Nobel
Yeah.
trifecta. That's
The
it.
the hat trick.
So so okay. The second thing or third thing, I've lost count.
It's all the things.
So the shirt you're wearing, is it just like a cotton? It's like a normal cotton
this?
tee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's the original Disneyland.
So I have these. Wow, they made that into a shirt.
Weird, right?
It's like we burned it to the ground and we turned it into this shirt.
It smells like
Yeah,
popcorn.
you can wear it all around. It's like the original day. You
Like,
can smell Walt if
you got it. Yeah,
That's
you
terrible.
got to smell it and be like, all right, which part of Disneyland did they make this out of?
That's pirates.
No, that's woo, man. That's lawnmowers. That's definitely the
That's the
Tomorrowland.
petting zoo.
Tomorrowland right there.
It's the barnyard.
Autopia all over my shirt.
Oh, okay.
Shirtopia.
So I have when I do my walks, which we've talked about from time to time. Like I have these shirts I like to wear. They were made. I think most of them were made by Russell Athletic. I think maybe one was made by whatever the store brand for Target used to be.
Not Champion, but it was
Cherokee.
Cherokee. Is it really?
Yeah, it was Cherokee. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Pretty sure. And it was like I had two. They're gone now. I finally threw the last one. I mean, Michelle was like, "Praise Jesus," because I finally threw the shirt away. But because I had these for like more than a decade. And and it became a problem because as I would have to throw them away, because they would get like. They just become like they get like holes and stuff in them, because I'm washing them I'm constantly washing them and like in heavy duty washing and stuff.
Right.
And and so as the number of them dwindled, like I'm having to do laundry more frequently because now I'm down to like I've got like
faster.
I can't even make it through a week
Yeah.
without having so it becomes a problem. But I want to replace these shirts, but the problem is I can't buy them anymore. You can't go into Target. You can't go to Kohl's. You can't you can't go online. You can't find anyone who's just selling like a Russell Athletic, like cotton knit T-shirt, like the kind you see people in an '80s flick, like in a Rocky movie, like in the background, they're punching on a big, on a big bag, and they're wearing just like the stupid gray Russell Athletic shirt. It's not wicking. It's soaking. It's soaking up all the sweat. There's no moisture wicking happening. It's just a good old fashioned like
Cotton
sweatshirt kind of like, but not a sweatshirt, but like
shirt.
it's just a cotton shirt,
Beefy tea.
plain cotton shirt. Right. Mm-hmm. You can't buy it. I can't find it.
They don't
at
have plain shirts anymore.
When you Google search, your Amazon search, whatever, like all you get. Oh, this is a moisture wicking, blah 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 blah, all this stuff,
You're
and like
not into the
quick
into the
dry,
wicking.
blah. No, because it's clingy. It's clingy. I don't
Okay.
like clingy.
I can see that. Yeah.
I like loosey.
I
Like
heard
I
that
like it
about
to.
you.
I like it to be like loose. I like it to be. I like to be free. I like, I like the United States of America represented in a shirt. And I want it to be. I just want to be, just a shirt, just a regular, good old fashioned shirt. I don't need any Under Armour stuff. I don't need anything with weird designs on it.
Okay.
I just want a gray or a blue
Plain
or
old
some plain old T-shirt. Right now, you can buy a T-shirt. I can go to TeePublic or I go somewhere and I can find like a T-shirt that kind of gets close, but I don't want that. I just want good old fashioned exercise shirt. I don't want a pocket.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not putting anything in there. I don't need it to be fancy.
Has anyone
enough.
ever put something in that pocket on a T-shirt?
Oh no!
I don't think anyone
Why
ever
does it
has.
exist? I don't want to say like, oh no! I'm not wearing a T-shirt. You see, it has a pocket.
Because as soon as you put the thing in the pocket, it's like leans forward. And
You can't use that pocket.
That pocket is terrible.
No, but it's like, look, I didn't want to get so dressed up that I'm wearing a collared shirt, but I didn't just want to wear a T-shirt, so I have this.
Right.
This has a pocket, you see.
This has formalized my shirt just a little bit. Is this
That's
pocket
right.
here?
It's
Yeah.
got a pocket. So as you can see, I'm very serious.
It's not a T-shirt.
I'm very
It's a
serious.
top.
I'm very,
It is
very-
now a top because I have a pocket, as you see.
right.
But
And-
it increases my efficiency because I don't iron T-shirts or pocketed
Oh,
tees.
Oh, you
Pocket
wouldn't.
tees.
Okay, but they do get wrinkled.
Yeah, I find that if I get them out of the dryer, like while they're still warm, just the act of folding them kind of smooths them out, and they kind of
Yeah.
stay smoothed. And then also like the warmth of my body. Once I put them on, the warmth of my body tends to.
that goes without saying.
Right, all right. I get all the wrinkles out of you. I tell you that.
I was gonna make a reference to a thing, but now I'm not gonna do that. I'm certain it didn't have anything to do with crotch wrinkle.
Not anymore,
So-
anyway.
So that's what I'm just saying. I just want to. I don't want quick dry. I don't
Yeah, you
want.
want the special stuff.
I don't want the anti-wicking thing.
Well,
Or no, not the wicking.
anti-wicking,
I want anti-wicking.
Yeah, you want.
I want like a chamois.
If water is wicked in any form, shape,
It's
or
a problem.
fashion,
Right.
you are not interested in that.
Correct. I
You
just want
to
something that's going to soak it
whack
up.
the water or whatever the heck
Yeah.
opposite of wicking is. I don't even know what is what is happening. What is wicking? The heck is that? Why is that even a word? I don't think that's a word.
I imagine what I imagine
I mean,
in my head
clearly it's a
because I don't
word
wear
now,
these.
but-
I don't wear these shirts. I've never experienced one on purpose. More than like the 2 seconds it takes to put it on and take it off. We're like, nah, I'm not wearing that because it's
What?
clingy. I don't like clingy. It's like golf shirt, like Disney.
was wearing a silk
I love the
shirt for a
Disney
second.
shirts. Like I like Disney, like their polos and stuff. But then they moved in the direction of these like clingy sports shirt things.
Yeah, there's the sporty golf shirts.
I don't
yeah.
like that. Don't like that at all. Like, no, give me cotton. It's the fabric of my life.
It breathes.
Come on. That's what I just would like a normal shirt. That's all I'm saying. And I can't find it. If anybody has any ideas, that'd be great.
You go for the color shirt. You go for a.
I like a
white,
dark shirt. You
like
know
dark
me. I
shirts, yeah.
like gray or blue, dark blue, navy blue is a nice choice. You know, I try to stay away from the lighter
the
colors.
blacks and grays. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I like to absorb the heat.
Yeah. It's Florida after all, and if we're going to be the Sunshine State, by God, I'm going to absorb as much of it as I possibly can.
I gotta make up
Otherwise,
for
I'm
that.
just letting
all
it go
this-
to waste.
Right, I
If
gotta make up for all those
I
hours
don't
missed.
suck it up, that jackass down the street with his solar panels is going to suck it up, and he'll be able to watch TV on it when I could just have it turned into heat right here and now.
Exactly.
Make my day even better.
Exactly. See, I think I'm so glad we get each other.
Yeah, we do. Definitely. We should do a podcast.
That's not a bad idea. I don't know who would listen.
Well, we listen to each other, I guess. That's how we started.
God, we've gone so long already.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can. I don't know if I can.
Or were you trying to move on to one of these other things?
No, I mean there's so many.
I mean, you tore it up this week.
Well, there's last week. We didn't even get to everything last week.
Oh man, if I look at the pins.txt I have on here.
Well, there's one. I think there's one thing I can.
From like
there's
March
one I can
that
just.
didn't-
We can just throw this in real quick.
Okay.
This is a week ago. I was walking. I was actually leaving the house. Maybe I was going for a walk. Who knows? Or I was going somewhere, and Michelle had a timer running for something, Well, now I know what it was now, but I heard the timer was running on the Amazon device, and I heard Alexa say, what I heard her say as I'm walking towards the door to leave the house was, do 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 do. You know the alarm it makes do 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 do. Your life timer is done. Your life timer is done. That's what I heard, and I said, what? And it turns out I think it was rice
get your crap
time.
Together.
It was rice timer.
Oh.
But I didn't even stick around long enough to figure out, like, was it did it know it was race timer?
It is a time of renewal.
Or did it actually say lifetime? Did it think she said lifetime? Because it's not going to judge. You know, it's not going to judge. And I thought that would also be something fun to do if you're someone's house. Can you imagine? So, like, I may not do this to you, but, like, wouldn't it be fun?
Well, you're
Wouldn't it
spoiling
be
it
fun
now.
if I said, you know, hey Alexa, set a 3-hour timer. Like set an alarm. Set a life timer of 3 hours. And then she's like, you know, your life timer is set for 3 hours, starting now. And then, of course, you're not going to know it because it doesn't, like, make it obvious that there's a timer running.
Right.
And so then 3 hours later, you're the do-do-do-do-do-do, your life timer is done. And you're like, what? You could come up with all sorts of things.
Yeah. And then Michael York shows up in a black turtleneck and tries to kill you for running.
That was a bizarre movie, man. That was a weird movie. Oh, I also don't know if I sent the picture in of this lost tortoise.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw during the walk. I didn't see the tortoise because I would have turned it in. There's a
the
$200
Ninja Turtles.
reward.
Yeah, that's
And the sign, they taped this sign. It's well done. The sign's well done. It says lost tortoise, which is spelled correctly. Reward, $200. They even used the decimal points to make sure that you knew they meant dollars. Not
Right.
like they didn't. Those zeros are on purpose.
right.
Right. And then there's a picture, big color picture of this, and then underneath it says 5-inch red-footed tortoise. Now 5 inches is small though.
Yeah, but that could still be like a 30-year-old tortoise.
So I feel like this picture is bigger
Tortoise.
than the picture itself. It should say, like, not to scale, because I think the
right,
picture
yeah, that picture's enormous.
was bigger than the actual
I
tortoise.
think
So
people
you're
are
looking for this
looking
for a big.
the wrong kind of tortoise.
That's the thing, right? And then it says, underneath it says, "I won't bite."
Well, if he
Like
made
the
the
tortoise.
sign, then he's not lost.
That's what I thought too. Like, I won't bite. Like, aha! Gotcha.
He faked his loss.
He faked his own.
It's like that kid in the
Yes,
balloon. Remember that?
He's trying to get $200. He's like, guys. He went to all his turtle friends. He's like, guys, I have an idea. Okay, ready? Hey, Sammy, you know how to do a printer, right? Okay. Yeah, that's good. You have print shop. Okay. Guys, let's make a sign that says lost tortoise. And we'll put a reward $200, right?
Donatello, you got to take the picture.
That's right. Genius. We're gonna win a Nobel Prize.
We're gonna get $200, and then we'll make some cotton candy. It'd be great.
It's great. Oh, I love it. Oh man. I don't know whether it's still there. I gotta look. But that's the other thing, when people lose something like this, they don't take the signs down after.
Yeah.
So you don't really know. You want to know. Like, I want to know. I think it should be an obligation. Like, if you put a sign up saying, like, there should be some obligation to report.
Yeah, or put like each sign has to have when it was put up, like, on it. somewhere.
Or maybe we
it
should just call.
So it has like
Maybe
a
we should
freshness.
Maybe we should just call them. It's because the number's on there. We should just call and say, hey, I was just wondering. Did you find it too? I mean, I didn't find it yet myself, but I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, like, how much do I want to look? Like, I walk around, like, legitimately walk the neighborhood every day. So
because I'm reaching my break-even point with this $200 here.
Do you know how many shirts I could have ironed by now?